And you guys pray.
We pray.
I know the world
always.
don't like praying, but we love praying.
You know, a lot of people, our president loves prayer. I will never forget, John wasn't doing a show still, so I went to the Kennedy Center for the Faith and Freedom, and I loved it because he went off script for a while, and he just said, let me tell you something. As long as I am president, you will pray, and you can always pray at your football games. You can pray in school. You can pray.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I was just like, you go.
Whoever thought of making prayer illegal?
It's so important that we talk about this, because what he says, the fake news does not report, is all the legislation that has gone in. The 48 pieces of legislation, the things that have been passed, that are funding of Planned Parenthood, the jobs that have come back to our economy. The economy is better than in 17 years. The unemployment rate, the 10,000 jobs that had gone overseas in 18 years that are coming back to America.
Amazing.
I mean, the absolute economic stimulation, all that is happening, the religious liberties and freedom, the signing. People don't understand really well what, and this is important. The Johnson Amendment was not a pastor's idea. None of us went to him about that. So we're sitting in a meeting when he was campaigning, and it goes way back. I've known our president for 16 years. I'm sure we'll get into that. But in 2011, to show you
That's the next question, by the way.
Yeah, sure. To show you the how much our president loves prayer in 2011, by this time I've had an extended relationship with him. He calls me up and he says, Paul, I'm thinking about running for president. He said, would you bring some men and women of God to really pray? I need to hear from God. Now, he wasn't saying bring them around because I want to vote or I want this. He said, I really want to hear. So I brought about 30 friends. You know, we went in and we stayed for 6 hours praying, talking about God, praying, talking about where our nation was, praying. 6 hours. This is back in 2011. So the next day he calls me up. He says, what do you think God's saying? I said, I don't believe it's time. I said, let's keep praying. He said, me too. Because he had to make a decision within 24 hours that affected some things with the network and some businesses that he is doing. And so we continued to pray. And he said, Paula, just have the prayer groups pray. And what he was asking was, I really want to do what God has for me. And so many people don't recognize, because I've been involved, whether it was from mayors, you've been from way back from President Reagan and before, and I've been involved through almost every administration that I was called on. But it was for a photo op, it was for a donation, it was to get people, it was for political reasons. It was never genuinely, will you pray? I mean, how do I share all this on Jim? I've never shared this anywhere. There's just an anointing to just open up here.
Yes.
I've never shared these
Keep
stories
talking.
anywhere.